Hello there again. Welcome to UPfront with me, Blessed Sogah. Tonight we are in conversation with one man who was intrinsic in the fight against illegal mining under the erstwhile NPP administration. Today the story of the NPP administration is not a good story to write home, simply because the party, due to ill luck, has lost the 2024 elections, leaving the organization at the crossroads, with many asking what's next for the NPP and how will it be able to win the trust and confidence of the people in order to come back to power, if possibly in 2028 or in the near future. And that's why we're having this conversation with one man who's seen the party all and has led that fight against illegal mining during the erstwhile NPP administration. My guest is Dr. Kwabena Kokofu. He's in studio with us. Doctor, we like to call you. Welcome to UPfront.
Thank you, my brother.
I have to start with this, that what do you say to the people of Ghana, and in fact to some grassroots of the NPP who say that if the NPP ever lost the elections, it was partly due to illegal mining, which the party could not tackle and effectively communicate around? Do you first of all take responsibility in any way for this ill fate of your party?
Well, first of all, let me say good evening to your cherished viewers and listeners, and to your good self and the crew. I beg to differ. First, you said I was in the forefront championing the fight against galamsey. It wasn't, because my organization then, Environmental Protection Agency, now Environmental Protection Authority, was never in charge of the fight against galamsey. Indeed, it was the Ministry for Lands and Natural Resources that was spearheading, together with its agency, the Minerals Commission. And if you remember, there were a lot of groups put together, the Operation Vanguard, all that. EPA, and for that matter, the Ministry of Environment and Science, Technology and Innovation, we were not in the forefront.
The word I used was intrinsic, and you can't take yourself or your organization out of the equation when it comes to the fight against illegal mining.
Yes, of course, that one I do agree perfectly, because by constitutional mandate and also flowing from the act from Parliament, you know, the Constitution, per Article 36(9), enjoins the nation or the state to take steps to protect and safeguard the environment, and indeed collaborate with the external global players also to protect the global environment. The same Constitution, Article 41K, enjoins the citizenry to also protect and safeguard the environment. So with these responsibilities put on the state and the citizenry, there was the need for an institution to come up with it. And that is how Act 490 of 1994 was promulgated by Parliament to give birth to Environmental Protection Agency. And if you go through the core functions of EPA, you come to terms that, yes, of course, both the physical and the biological environment is with the
But
EPA.
what you're not doing tonight is to apologize to the people of Ghana that your erstwhile administration was not effective when it came to the fight against illegal mining.
Well, if there was any apology, this administration should do so, because they told the people of Ghana that they have all that it takes to solve galamsey. Now it is tripled over a time. If you're talking about the fight against galamsey and the gains ever made, the first battle won against galamsey was done under Akufo-Addo's government. 2017, when Anglo Gold Ashanti in Obuasi had completely been taken over by galamseyers. 2015, 2016, to the extent that they decided to leave this country, and they offered the entire company $1 to the Otumfo. And it became a sore taste in the mouth of Ghanaians. Youth were to lose jobs. And Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo pledged to fight galamsey when we were on the campaign trail. Immediately he assumed office, the battle was carried on to the galamseyers in Obuasi. And lo and behold, it was won. That's how Anglo Gold Ashanti came back fully, and they are in operation up to today. And the nation is benefiting, employments are being offered, and all those areas that galamseyers have destroyed, the cocoa farms and the lands and other farms, Anglo Gold Ashanti enclave is safe. because of the battle won by Akufo-Addo.
Why is he taking so long for the NPP and your likes to apologize to the people of Ghana that you could not effectively fight illegal mining?
Subsequently, going forward, I do agree. The battle became quite difficult, and eventually we were not able to achieve what we wanted to do. That is why Ghanaians listening to NDC in opposition, and indeed the then candidate John Mahama, promised Ghanaians that he has what it takes. You use AI, you use whatever.
You're telling the hits now on the NDC.
Yes, of course.
How about accountability?
No.
At least that's what some people will ask for.
We couldn't do. We couldn't do to the expectation of the people. That's why they changed us. And you had promised the people that you'll be able to do it.
And you're comfortable with that? That should be the end of the story.
The spotlight must be on them.
Not an apology from your likes, the EPA then that you're running, that the fact that it was unable to tackle illegal mining. Just look at the level of pollution in our water bodies at the time you left off.
So would you want to blame EPA now for what is happening?
I'm asking if you're willing to apologize to the people of Ghana.
Would you want to blame EPA now? Now EPA is still in existence.
They are in existence.
Would you want to blame?
You first of all take responsibility.
No.
Me, and that's why I'm asking the question.
I've told you that government upon government. Yeah. And don't forget that this is the second time that President Mahama has had the chance to fight galamsey. The first attempt, and indeed I give him the credit. Right. He had been the first president to have tackled galamsey in earnest during his first term, and he failed.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. That is
so you failed too?
I'm coming. He failed. Then we came onto office. We won the first half and lost the rest. I agree.
We lost the second half.
Fine.
That's a perfect
we lost the second half. Now re-enter John Mahama and his government. So the anticipation is that once he had a feel of it, once he has the experience and the knowledge and whatever it takes to tackle galamsey, in the first aspect, he lost the battle though, but it was deemed that he has the gravitas now. Now that Ghanaians have voted overwhelmingly for him and his government and his party, it is expected that they will be able to take the bull by the horn. They have said in opposition that it is incumbent on the day's government. That's Nana Addo Dankwa-Akufo-Addo. He has all the powers. He's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, and all the powers are behind him to fight galamsey. So it is not about bringing people together.
I'll tell you what some of the officials of the NDC are saying.
And then again, they were impressing on him to, they were calling for state of emergency. So that it will help to do the fighting. What are we seeing now? President Mahama is running away from his own pill.
Oh, he is?
Yes, of course. He's unable to call for the state of emergency. He's now running behind state security, national security for an advice. Then he's saying that it is the last resort. Is it the case that you haven't seen the West yet? Are we to see something more West than you're seeing? The answer is no, because this is a die strike. Now back to EPA.
Yes.
Now we do have EPA, and I can vouch for the current EPA. They have not been given a peswa to go and fight galamsey.
How do you say that?
Yes, I've been there.
Okay.
Like when I was in office, go and check. There was never an annual budget read that EPA was given one peswa. Never. Let alone allocation or allocation to fight galamsey. It wasn't. So we were not on government subvention. We were just retaining IGF 100%, working, paying ourselves and all that. So all programs and plans done in the fight against galamsey was not spearheaded by EPA. That's an erroneous impression that people get out there.
It appears the apology is taking too long to come. Probably because you don't see the need to apologize to the
No.
Let me reframe my question. Perhaps that will make it easier for you.
I would have apologized. I would have apologized last year.
Okay.
When we met with the people.
Yes.
When we were campaigning. We were unable to. And do you remember, what do you call it? The workers' union and all those groups.
Yes.
Yeah, they all ganged up and said they were going to start. TUC,
yes.
The clergy, the lecturers and all that, academia, they all ganged up and threatened Nana Addo Dankwa-Akufo-Addo's government that if it's unable to resolve the galamsey issue, somewhere around August.
Yeah.
I think 18th.
They'll proceed on strike.
10th.
Yeah, I covered that.
No, they were not proceed on strike alone. They were going to shut the country down.
Yeah.
And it was a very huge threat. Now, what has happened? Governments have changed. And galamsey menace is tripling. Now, cocoa farms are being destroyed. Nakedly, we're seeing the water bodies get
Doc, you're flipping the chapter. I'm concerned about what you did, so we can talk about the NDC, fair and square.
What we did.
Let me rephrase the question. What one single act did you do, in spite of all the challenges here, that you'd say contributed to fighting illegal mining in a very significant way, never seen before, when you were in office?
My
Tenure,
government,
yes.
or my
you were the head of EPA at the time, yes.
I will continuously tell you that EPA had never ever been mandated to spearhead the fight against.
Yeah, but you're to protect the environment. Which environment will you be protecting?
Yes, of course. Yes. But the government of the day and of today deem it fit to have a group.
Yeah.
Today is NIMOS.
Yes.
Yes. Yesterday, during our time, it was Operation Vanguard. And that does not represent EPA. EPA is not NIMOS today.
Yes.
And EPA wasn't Operation Vanguard.
How do you say that an institution that was mandated to protect the environment had no business with illegal mining?
And that is what I have been proposing. And that, for me, that is the source of our failure. State institutions must rather be empowered. Water Resource Commission, Forestry Commission, EPA, and Ghana Geological Survey Authority. These four institutions must be empowered, well-resourced, so they can lead the fight. And all politicians must stay back.
There is statutory allocations that you receive at the beginning or perhaps at the start of every financial year. I'm not sure, and I haven't heard.
Statutory allocation?
Obviously, I've not heard that the finance minister ever deny you your due allocations when you were in office.
No.
We've never heard that.
No. Let me make it clear. President Mahama's first term in government had challenges, with the economy and all that. So one of the options, one of the solutions was to absorb certain state institutions from government subvention. And EPA suffered that. EPA was one of them. So since then, EPA had been on its own, and it has been charged to keep its IGF 100%, so it can run its own affairs. So there have never been an allocation to EPA. Since President Mahama's time, throughout to President Kokofu.
And during your time as well?
And yes, of course. And even now, go through the budget if EPA had been given any allocation.
No tools, no resources?
Nothing.
Nothing from the government?
Nothing.
You issue permits to you?
Yes, of course.
You take money for the permits?
Yes.
So you issue permits to the mining companies and yet you're not able to stop some of the illegal activities? You raise funds from there?
No. You see, this conversation must be situated in its proper perspective. Minerals Commission, by law, is mandated to run the minerals of this country. Issuance of mining licenses, and permits, regulation, and all those things. EPA regulates the environmental space alongside mining activities. It is not the case that EPA purposely.
It appears to me that you're distancing yourself.
I'm not.
From
That's
the whole
reality.
Field fight against illegal mining. You see no responsibility at all on your part.
You see, if you care to know. Perhaps I knew this was coming. I brought this.
This is quite a voluminous one.
Well.
Big one indeed.
So you may read.
I see policies and legal challenges in small-scale gold mining in Ghana that hinders its formalization, stakeholders' perspective, and it's authored by yourself.
Yes, that's my thesis, my PhD thesis, yes. So I'm not only speaking from the practical point of view, also from research point of view. The real problems in there, the inherent problems in there. Politicians must, as a matter of fact, withdraw from the fight against galamsey. State institutions must be empowered, including the judiciary, so they can take the battle to the offenders. Politicians, task force here, task force there, diamonds, all those things, and politicians keep on leading.
Yeah.
And it is the politicians that are aggravating
In which year did you write this?
I started in 2016, and I finished in 2020.
The argument holds that if there's ever a best opportunity for any president to solve illegal mining, it should be the government of the NPP, the Nana Addo administration.
Why?
But you failed. You have all the solution in here. It's all in this book.
No, but I was not mandated.
You didn't mind sharing some of these great ideas with your people, with your party? They didn't buy into the idea?
This is a public knowledge. I mean, University of Ghana.
I know, but you should have shared this with your people.
Environment Sanitation Studies.
Yeah.
It's there. Prof. Chris Gordon supervised me this week.
Yeah.
And it's a public...
Were you keeping this to yourself? You didn't share this with your party. Your party paid a price for it.
I'm saying it's a matter of public knowledge. It's there. It's in the university.
But you didn't share. You didn't share with your party.
You see, there is something that we need to bring to the fore. When the law says Minerals Commission, together with this mother ministry, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, are to give licensing, leases, and all those things, and regulate mining in the broader perspective. When there is a problem, a challenge like we are having, I don't see the reason why the very group that, through their allocations and whatever, we are finding these problems, would rather be resourced and be empowered to lead the fight against. Who police the policeman? So institutions like EPA and Minerals Commission should have been in the forefront. Institutions like EPA and Water Resources Commission should have been in the forefront. Have you ever heard of Water Resources Commission here in Ghana before?
I just read a bit of their research.
Have you heard of them before?
Levels. Yeah, I've heard of them.
And are you blaming them for all that is happening in the water bodies?
They should be taking responsibility.
Are you blaming them?
Partly, they should be taking.
But by law, they are mandated or they own the water bodies, the freshwater bodies, and all the riverine. I
see that now you are itemizing everyone and their responsibility in the fight against illegal mining. But one more issue before we talk about the NDC, because we will talk about them. It's not that they don't have challenges in the fight against illegal mining. But one more issue. If you were to reflect on the reasons why the NPP lost the 2024 elections, would illegal mining be part of that?
Illegal mining was part of the reasons why NDC lost 2016. Yes. Was. And it was part of the reasons why we lost. NPP lost. And it's going to be part of the reasons NDC is going to lose.
Okay, so let's get into it. Why you believe the NDC would lose because of illegal mining now? The president has set up NIMOS, the Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat. You're saying it's not effective? Years
back, he set up, Interministerial Committee on Mining. It failed. And this one, too, is bound to fail. Did you read illegal miners chasing ministers and EPA boss?
Very recently, the armed forces released a statement.
So what does it tell you? What does it tell? I mean, what do you...
It also could tell the story that there's a consistent fight against, a chase against illegal miners now, isn't it?
And they are overpowering state actors. They are so powerful that they can stand toe-to-toe with state actors. Is it not a serious issue? Does it not raise... It doesn't raise national security concerns? We are sitting on tie bomb. These youth are armed to the teeth, and they are unrelenting. I mean, they think they can do everything and get away with it. And that's what's happening. So few people here and there may be arrested for the cameras and all that. But
you feel it's not going anywhere?
No way.
I'll tell you what some of the state officials have been saying. The Gold Board CEO, Sami Jemfi, I recall, speaking to us on radio a couple of weeks back, says, look, we didn't create a problem in the first place. It was the NPP who was there. I mean, your members were there. That's his claim. So,
2012, 2014.
So you are blaming each other now?
No. 2012, 2014, who created? Who were there? You see, this is where we are getting it wrong. Politicizing this serious national challenge is the bane. We have got to confront it with all the zeal, with all the powers of the state, so we can have some respite for our people. People are suffering. You go out there. These are the sources of water for people. Farmers cannot go to their farms because of these dark-out holes and all that. And they even fear for their lives. Recently, cocoa farmers came out openly to say that they were going to boycott the National Farmers Day. Are you aware?
Right.
Because of galamsey. And now the cocoa industry is under threat. Forestry is under threat. Human resources, humans are under threat because of the chemicals that we are using to pollute the water. So who caused it and who didn't cause it? The state has the responsibility to fight it. And who is at the helm of the state? It is President Mahama and his government. The onus is on them. The spotlight is on them. So whatever failures that occasioned under President Akufo-Addo's government, that is the most reason why Ghanaians decided that you come on board and come and fix it.
Okay, let's close the chapter on illegal mining.
Can the chapter be ever closed? We may decide to
just keep it for now.
Skip
maybe,
it.
Yeah.
That's why I agree.
Postpone it, maybe.
Yes.
But one final take before we leave that. The president indicating that it's the last resort when it comes to state of emergency. Just yesterday, the Christian community, through the clergy again, asking for that renewed spirit of a state of emergency. You believe in same?
I don't know what you believe in, but Ghanaians do believe in the same.
The president says last resort.
How? What did he say last year when he was in opposition? The last resort? Okay, is there a scenario that we don't know ahead of us that we should get there before that can be triggered? Then, I mean, this is a matter of survival. I mean, it is a matter of survival. Life and death that we're talking about. Yeah. People are being maimed. Deformities in babies, newborn babies. And the president is saying it's the last resort. These galamseyers are armed to the teeth, causing national security threats. Foresters or forest guards are being maimed because they are on line of duty to protect the forest. Environmental sector, the EPA boss and her team get to the field and they have been chased away or chased out. Do you know one of EPA's vehicles was involved in an accident?
Recently, yes. We had some of our colleagues in the, as part of that convoy, yes. Yeah.
So when I got to EPA, I did two things. One, I commissioned that they should check for me if there are any ghost names. The whole Ghana, we did not find one ghost. Then I said they should look out for me if there is a single staff in EPA who is directly or indirectly involved in this illegal mining. We did not find one. I challenged the Ministry of Lands, Natural Resources and the Minerals Commission to do same. And let's see. You see, the whole thing has become so complex. Yeah. Those players involved, those who have been asked to go and fight, find themselves actively involved. How are you going to be able to fight that? State institutions must be resourced and must be empowered. And I will continuously name them. EPA, Forestry Commission, Water Resource Commission, Ghana Geological Survey Authority, these four. And if you get to know the recommendations in my thesis, which was, I was grilled during my viva for more than 2 hours because participants wanted to know more and learn more. The suggestions were given.
I tell you, you're safe. At least GTech now has a witness. And of course, if they ever call anyone, I'll be here to testify that I've seen your work. I'm not passing you for it, but I've seen your work.
Well, but don't be mistaken. Don't be mistaken. I'm supposed to be doctor.
Yeah.
One of the doctor, LLD, was honoris causa.
Oh.
It was bestowed onto me by University of Belize in Singapore. And knowing the rules, knowing the law.
Yes, and aware of that.
And aware of that,
yes.
I declined using it. That's why I'll not allow you to call me
Okay,
doctor.
But I will call you doctor here on the show.
Then get with someone new.
But anyway, let's look at EPA once more before we move on.
Okay.
This is an institution that you run. In recent days, it's been in the news facing the Public Accounts Committee as well with some alleged infractions. Is it the case?
No, thanks to God Almighty. I was away in the United States of America when the new administration, the new management of EPA were called upon to face PAC, as you rightly said. And this is an annual ritual, and it emanates from the Auditor General's report year in, year on. And EPA, it's a matter of public knowledge because PAC operates openly. I mean, public a display on televisions and radio, and EPA came on top. I mean, and it was my administration that was understood. Now
you're taking credit for something,
but failing to apologize for what we did and what we did right. What we did and what we did right, and yes, of course.
I see.
And let me put it on record.
Yeah.
I spent 3 years, 6 months, and then my predecessor, your predecessor. My successor, no. My successor.
Okay. Those who are after you.
The one who took over from me, Dr. John Krugu, did 10 months.
Briefly before you left.
From March to December, before we exited. So he shares in the glory.
In that glory.
And then I give all that credit to the staff of EPA, very wonderful people, hardworking, and they are very appreciative of little things that's done for them or to them. And it's my hope that they'll continue to offer the same kind of support to the new administration headed by Professor Brown.
Yes.
So she can also succeed going forward.
Kudos then to you. But if that was the level, or that were the level of financial or fiscal prudence we had seen at the national level, the argument is the NPP would never have lost the elections. You agree as well that you mismanaged the economy as a political party and that cost you the elections?
Well, that's your thinking. But then
I'm not expressing an opinion, is it?
You're expressing an opinion.
It's an opinion?
Yes, it's an opinion.
You haven't come to terms with the fact that
an economy that had been so demonized or was so demonized was the economy that was growing at 5.6 or something percent post-COVID.
Yes.
Economy that has grew the GDP from, I think, $279 million or so to $1 trillion. That is the volume of our GDP now. $1 trillion from let me be conservative, $300 million to $1 trillion. By this, cities
yes.
to $1 trillion.
Yes.
Economy that has been so bastardized had given the foundation for the takeoff of this administration. Because by 2 months, 3 months, we were seeing improvement in the forest and all those things. Without the new government not having put in place one single policy, not one single economic policy to, as it were, kickstart the economy. So the previous administration's works, legacies, had served as a solid foundation for this government to take off. That's how come we're seeing infrastructure still ongoing, because they have not initiated anything as we speak. So what do you think of? Of course, you may not want to compare 2017 up to 2020, pre-COVID. The economy was booming, everything was on track. The CD-dollar relationship was fairly stable, and flagship programs have been ongoing. Road being constructed left and right, hospitals until COVID struck, and then all gains got lost. So to recover post-COVID, you needed some kind of harsh policies to be put in place. And indeed, yes, of course, the average Ghanaian felt the hardships in the system. And that is normal for Ghanaians to react to it as they did. So my prayer is that this government is about 1 year. If you want to do a very, very candid opinion analysis or comparison, you must as well go back to 2017, and Akufo-Addo's first year in office, and compare with today's first year in office. That would have been the best.
The conditions would not be the same, is it? You're pointing to COVID now as one of the reasons why you are not able to effectively manage the economy. So how come, and how fair will you be to the NDC administration to compare their first year now way back to 2016 when you came into power?
No, 2017, Akufo-Addo's first year.
Yes,
because the proverbial Ghanaian, by convention, gives this kind of goodwill. I mean, offers the goodwill to any new government that is ushered into office. And NDC is enjoying.
Tell me how bringing down the cedi to somewhere around 10 or 11 now against the US dollar is goodwill. It should be hard work, isn't it?
Hard work as to?
Interventions, fiscal policy.
Interventions? What kind of interventions?
Yeah, whatever the case.
No.
Dr. Kokofu, do you think that the average Ghanaian would care about how much government is splashing to get the cedi down? Do you think the average Ghanaian
will
cares
not care because we've not taken trouble to educate the average Ghanaian?
No, but your vice president, our vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, former vice president, was on record to have said, if the economy or the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. It did expose the NPP.
Yes, of course, because it is.
So how is this goodwill? How is this?
Because the fundamentals, it's true, the fundamentals of the world economy at that time were weak. Bigger economies suffered setbacks. The United States of America, the European EU, elsewhere, they all suffered. So the fundamentals were weak globally. The global economic fundamentals were weak. And we, in Ghana, were no exception. That is why President Mahama, after taking office recently, went out there and conceded the truth and said COVID and Russian-Ukraine war really caused economies to suffer, particularly those of us in Africa. He admitted to that.
I recall listening to President Akufo-Addo. He says every bullet that hits Ukraine hits the pockets of Ghanaians, pointing to the exogenous shocks that you are talking about, which affected the economy.
No, President Mahama admitted to that.
I'm saying, are we still fighting?
Are you admitting that?
Well, I'm not the president. I don't have to take responsibility for the president.
But you are not President Akufo-Addo. Are you President Akufo-Addo?
I'm just quoting him.
But I'm also quoting President Mahama.
So we're all quoting.
So what is good for the goose is good for the gander.
I see. Great. But this is the point. Are we still fighting not fighting, but is the Russian-Ukraine war still active?
Well, it is.
It is active, but the performance of the cedi is really
so let's get to that. What policies or what hard work by this government has occasioned that? You may not be ready and prepared to. The intervention is that Bank of Ghana is pumping our reserves, some of our reserves. I think so far about about 3 billion. Is it? Right. Am I right? So our reserve, monies that we've been able to accumulate so that generations yet unborn can come and also make good use of. We have decided, once we are alive, we want to deplete everything.
But you depleted the foreign reserves.
I'm coming.
Before the NDC.
No.
Our reserves were down. We couldn't pay debts. That's why we did restructuring. Our international reserves were down.
Before we left office, we've had 4 months export cover.
You just showed it up a bit.
We had $9 billion reserve.
It is on record that we had depleted our
No. It is never. It is not true.
We did.
If it is
so why did we run to the IMF then?
If it is so, then the finance minister lied in the 2025 budget estimate.
Of course, the opposition then had been accusing you all the while that you were misquoting figures and undercutting the situation that we were faced with.
Okay, let me explain it to you. They said it in opposition. When they came into office, they met the realities. So they couldn't hide from the realities.
Yes, they couldn't.
They couldn't. So in their first budget estimates, it was reported that Ghana's reserve amounts to $9 billion, and that we have 4 months import cover. Are you right with that?
And you're doing that post the IMF intervention, don't forget.
Well, this is Ghana.
Yeah, I get it, but you were saying that we should put everything into context.
And NDC in government is enjoying it and operating within IMF situation.
They left you with an IMF program as well, don't forget.
And
you also enjoyed it. So it equalizes it then.
No, there's no equalization here in government.
Okay.
They are touting, I mean, they are applauding themselves of stabilizing the city. And you just said that 10 cities. I agree, but at what cost? At the cost of $3 billion to the ordinary Ghanaian. The poor people, Ghanaians' money, $3 billion.
Do you honestly believe?
Do you know what $3 billion could
Dr. Kokofu, do you honestly believe that if you had the opportunity then with fiscal space, you wouldn't have intervened and brought the CD down from 17 to 10 or 11 at least? Or even 12 at the time of elections?
What we were thinking of doing, or even we started, we were of the view that the Gettysburg economy that has been handed down to us as Ghanaians since time immemorial needs to be looked at. The structure of the economy needs to be fixed. And that instead of import, we must be seen to be export-oriented. Export-driven. And that production must be the focus, manufacturing. That will create more jobs. So industrialization, agribusiness, coming on board, so you'll be able to using the private sector as the vehicle. You understand? Leveraging on the private capital and private expertise, technology, mixed with the government's or the public initiatives, so we'll be able to. That is why 1D, 1F was promulgated.
A strong critic of the NPP administration, Lawyer Kwabena, always asks that question. Where was the Gettysburg transformation that Akufo-Addo promised?
Well, we couldn't have gotten it to the fullest, but at least it was started. At least we brought to the notice of the Ghanaian people, and it was started. So what we are doing now is reversing the trend. What we are seeing, the dollar is cheaper. So you are promoting importation. And once you start promoting importation, exportation suffers. So check it out. Entrepreneurs who are into manufacturing, industrialization, they are suffering. Those
now?
Yes, those who are doing export, they are suffering. And it is a fundamental, economic fundamental dictum that once your import is higher than your export, it means you are going nowhere. We rather have to promote export. There must be a conscious export drive. That will help create jobs, opportunities. That will help add value to our natural resources. And that will bring in more forests, and that will stabilize the system, the situation. This is the way to go. But the lazy man's approach, where money that has been stashed there, reserved
for future the money there.
For future,
you had depleted all the funds.
No, but so NDC came to office within 10 months and accumulated $10 to $9 billion.
Whatever they did, we should be asking the economic management team. Because the fact is that you were even owing significantly at the time you left office as the NPP. Even pensioners had their funds locked up. Investments were locked up.
But they were being paid.
You had the money to pay at the time.
They were being paid.
You had restructured them.
The restructuring started.
If you had the money, you would have paid.
Yes,
but the money wasn't there. So if you're saying that money was stashed,
because the $9 billion reserve, we thought it twice that it wasn't prudent enough.
You didn't have an opportunity or any other alternative.
No, we
would have collapsed the economy entirely.
No. The economy wasn't collapsed. Because I haven't seen an economy that is so collapsed, so criminalized, producing 5.3% GDP. NDC left
with a bailout. Let's still.
NDC left in 2016 with a full bailout from IMF, 3.6% GDP. Would you describe that one as a collapsed economy at that time? Would you?
It wasn't entirely collapsed.
If 3.6 is not entirely collapsed,
the degree was different.
Then 5.6.
Never in our history. Never in our history.
5.6 can't be described as collapse.
Never in our history.
With 4 months import cover.
You know the political history more than I do, but never in our history have we ever had a debt default aside that of the Champon regime, who says, which says it wasn't going to pay some of our international partners. We've never seen that before. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Never in our history have we had a global catastrophe and a pandemic like COVID that has seen a whole nation being shut down.
What has COVID got to do with owing?
It changed the whole dynamics. You see, when you have non-resilient economy, little shocks can shake the very foundation. And don't forget, we are a developing country. Our economy is not that robust and resilient. Anything external can completely derail all gains made. And my prayer is that God should be with us as a nation. Yeah. That President Mahama should finish his term peacefully, without any catastrophe striking globally, so that Ghana will be affected. I'm praying because I do not have confidence in this government to be able to handle effectively, if there should be, as much as Nana Akufo-Addo handled COVID-19.
Even under your own NPP administration, there was a global economic meltdown under the Akufo administration.
Yes.
We didn't see the level of defaults we're seeing.
Global economic.
That was a global shock.
The quantum of impact of the global economic meltdown can never be measured to the COVID. For the first time, Germany, you cannot...
So everything is now hiding under COVID, isn't it? We had neighbors. Everything is now hiding under COVID. We had
neighbors. Of course, it's the chunk off.
It's the easiest place for any politician under the NPP administration.
Including President Mahama.
To run to.
Including President Mahama, who was not in NPP's administration. Recently, he went out there and admitted publicly, to the whole world. So what are we talking about?
How come the degree was varying for neighboring countries? Cote d'Ivoire, Togo. The extent of the shock wasn't the same, is it?
Well, you are not there. Okay. You are not living in
okay, I'm
you
not
may be reading.
No, I'm not reading.
So you are not there.
I went to Abidjan at least twice this year. At least twice this year. So that explains.
So why then the whole world, Ghana was acclaimed as one of the best managers of the economy?
I'm just asking questions.
I'm also giving you the answer. How then was Ghana acclaimed that we had one of the best managers of the COVID pandemic?
Okay, here's what I want us to do. So with this performance, you're not confident. Do you think that Ghanaians are equally not confident that the NDC will manage affairs well? Hence the need, say, for a new chapter in 2028? Should it be the NPP coming back?
Yes, the NPP will bounce back.
In 2028?
Yes, obviously.
With who?
With
who?
With the flag bearer.
Yes.
Of course, not you, not me, because we did not run.
We didn't run. It's because your cost was too much. I would have just joined the race. But the cash was just too much, isn't it? You are charging people too much.
Well,
Adainimo is out of the race. He was here some months back. Really hopeful that he could make the contest. He couldn't make it because your party now, according to the speaker, former speaker, is being monetized.
Well, politics in Ghana has been monetized. That's the sad story. Yeah. And I wouldn't sit here to deny it. It's not the best. We must all find a way to reverse the trend. Otherwise, good thinking people with good heart would all shy away from politics, and we shouldn't let that to happen. So as much as I'm in tune with those calling for
a reduction,
not only a reduction in what do you call primary fees, but a complete reduction in the entire political space running. It has become a canker, on people who want to assume office, who want to come in and help. And that in itself is a catalyst for corruption in the system, both private and public sectors. Because people want to cut corners here and there in order to make money, so they will be able to invest in their political ambitions. So if there's anything that we can do as a nation, we must. And indeed, New Patriotic Party, the next administration of the party will be looking at it very, very, very critically.
Are you united as a political party going into the 2028 elections?
Come again?
Do you believe that you're united, you have a united front going into the next elections?
Well, I'll admit we have cracks, and the good thing is we have what it takes to bring us together. We've done it before, and we'll be able to do it. I'm uncomfortable when I witness some of the effusions and insults here and there. But lo and behold, it will all come to an end. It will all come to an end. All that we are seeing shall pass away. So the confidence.
What should have been the best approach for reorganization of your party? From the top or from the bottom? We're now seeing a situation where you'll be electing flag bearers at the start of next year. Some political watchers say you should have started from the base, reorganize the base, the wards, the constituency level, regional, come to national, and then you can now do the presidential race.
Well, that has been a convention. However, the leaders of today thought otherwise. Right. Said, okay, fine, let's try to be quite a bit innovative and get this done and see what will happen. People think that once you get the flag bearer, then the hulabaloo would have subsided to go down. People would then, not to be forced, but would be made to come around to the flag bearer. So then through those levels, we'll be able to get ourselves united. And then we go to fundamentals, pick those officers there, oil the grounds below, and then...
Is it proving to be a right decision in your view?
Well, time will tell. Time will tell.
Because some of the rhetoric we're seeing of late is quite dangerous. The former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, having himself come out to say, you know, the way the party's campaigning, it should be done better.
Well, that's another thing. Campaigning, yes, of course, there must be some form of decorum. You know, people should understand that it's a contest of ideas, not of insults and insinuations. That's one thing. But the top-bottom approach, there have been various mixed reactions, diverse views. Personally, I wouldn't have gone for it. Personally, knowing the convention and all those things. But for all you know, it may be a risk well taken. So I think now that we've agreed, or we've all been made aware that this is where we're going, we must think positively towards it and make it work. For all you know, it may come to stay, and other political parties may follow suit. I do not know. That's why I
feel the NDC will be tempted to do so.
Well, you see, political parties are not too different from one another. We always find means to strengthen ourselves, our base, and all that. So if it becomes a viable option, well, I think they may not shy.
I picked up the Daily Guide, I think this week, on 2 consecutive occasions, and the concern among some rank and file of the party has been, especially the diaspora, has been about proxy voting. Some in the diaspora feeling that, well, we're being cut out because now we can't allow people to vote by proxy. And some others think otherwise, because they believe that, well, it will safeguard the integrity of the exercise. Of course, you're just returning from the US, so you would have engaged some party members there as well. What sense are you getting from within the party as to what the best approach should be now on the voter approach? Should we allow the diaspora to be part of the process?
Well, again, the convention had been that. Had been proxy voting allowed. Indeed, the national elections itself, proxy voting is allowed. So, for me, personally, I'm at a loss. The policy that is going to be scrapped. If there are any challenges inherent in there, we must find a way to deal with that and then allow it to be, other than completely scrapping. So I'm watching. We are all watching to see. I've seen petitions flying all over to party hierarchy
Yes.
to reconsider
The decision.
Whether that be or not. We still have to wait and see. So
Do you feel there should be more consultation on that? Because obviously a lot of people are now, raising concerns about it.
Yeah, I think leaders need to go back on the drawing board.
Has the proxy ever been a problem? Because this is the first time, at least,
That's what I'm saying, that it has been the convention that people vote on proxy. By proxy. The national elections, everything, and all the time. So if per chance, some kind of challenges have been detected, I think we need to deal with those. Yeah. I mean, head on and try to resolve, other than scrapping the whole thing altogether. I don't subscribe to that.
After this phase will be a critical one. National executives of the party, nominations might open. I've read reports you might be the next general secretary, hopeful of the party.
Yeah, thank you, and hallelujah. You said it all. Yes, that is the thinking, that is the aspiration, that is the way forward. People think it's about time some of us get on board on rescue mission to get our party from the doldrums.
It's a rescue mission for you.
Yeah. Rescue mission from the quagmire of despondency. I mean, we find ourselves in a situation where nobody is happy. And everybody will tell you, the grassroots will tell you, and the entire subconsciousness of the party is asking for a rescue mission.
What is it about you and your leadership that will transform the NPP in ways we haven't seen before?
Well, it's me, but not entirely me.
Okay.
And then I like the leadership.
Yeah.
Because a leader, then you'll be working together with people. And that has been one of my major positives. The ability to work with people, teamwork, to put our minds to something good and something purposeful so we can achieve. So I've always been an achiever. Yeah. You may like it or not. I started as a polling station chairman in Bantama. Then I rose up to become the electoral area coordinator. Right. Then eventually I became the Bantama constituency chairman for 2 terms. And then I was appointed to KMA, Kumasi Metropolitan. There I was a leader as well as the Finance and Administration Committee chairman. Until then, I went through to become member of parliament for Bantama. And at the regional level, I was the secretary to the Ashanti Regional Reconciliation Committee, and then Ashanti Regional Elections Committee. I've been a communication team member for the party for the past 25 years. Wow. And this, I mean, the Constitutional Review Committee, which Afenyo Markin, Honorable, headed some time past, I was a member. Right. And so I've seen it all. And these are track records for people to verify at any stage, at any point in time, what I was able to do and what I was able to offer. The recent has been EPA, and it's the topic now. Yeah. So if I can be posted to EPA, which hitherto is unknown, which seemed not to be viable, and I can, and I was able to transform the place to its present situation where I'm being applauded, or we are being applauded, then it tells you that the man can do it once you give him the opportunity. So where we find ourselves, people have agreed in principle that we are in leadership crisis. So we're looking for credible leaders to lead the party at this point in time.
And when we get there, we'll have that conversation again. It's a promise. Dr. Henry Kwabena Kokofu, thank you for joining us on UPfront. Great conversation. We'll do this again. And for our viewers, log on to myjoyonline.com. I'm sure that you see more of those stories out of our conversation for tonight. My name is Blessed Sogah. I'll see you again next to the news.